Hello, this is Morteza Kordi. Make sure to open this styles.xml file and the colors.xml file inside the values folder. So let's open this styles.xml file. Here we have the theme. The theme is, the name is app theme, and the parent is theme.appcompat. So what is this appcompat? This appcompat is going to specify that our application is going to be compatible with the lower versions of Android operating system, because the lower versions of Android operating system cannot actually handle material design, right? So we use this compat, this theme.appcompat, in order to specify that, so that this appcompat library is going to some way handle the lower versions of Android operating system. Maybe we want our app to be actually compatible with those versions of Android operating system. But if you remember, we said that we want the lowest version, the minimum SDK of our application, to be Android Lollipop. So this means that we don't have to use this appcompat here, because the Android Lollipop can handle material design. So we can, for this theme here, we can just change this theme. We can say for the parent, let's delete this value. And we can say that because we want to use material design here, @ Android :style /theme, okay, theme dot, and here I'm going to say material dot. So we can specify some other attributes. So let's say no action bar, right? No action bar. Let's choose this one. We have this one, no action bar, and we have this one, no action bar dot full screen, no action bar dot overscan, or no action bar dot translucent decoration. So let's choose this one, dot no action bar. And here, let me show you the layout. Let's open the Android view and let's go inside this layout folder, activity underline calculator.xml file. So here we can see that the layout is changed here. And let's open our web browser here and just search for material theme Android. And then it's going to actually show you this link here, using the material theme Android developers. Let's click on this one. So here it says using the material theme. The new material theme provides system widgets that let you set their color palette, touch feedback animations for the system widgets, activity transition animations, right? By just using the material theme, we can do all of these things here. It says you can customize the look of the material theme according to your brand identity with a color palette you control. You can tint the action bar and the status bar using the theme attributes as shown. So here, let me show you the Android emulator. We have the action bar. Let me actually run the app first. So as you can see, there is no action bar here, but I'm going to show you that here. Let's go to the styles.xml file, and here, let's say that we have only this one, theme.material. Let's just delete that part that says no action bar. I want to run the app. So it says the app is crashed. There is a bug in our app. Remember that I told you that we don't have to worry about the lower versions of the Android operating system, because we already specified that the minimum SDK is going to be Android Lollipop, right? But there is a problem inside the Java folder here. If I, at the bottom, if I click on this logcat here, let me show you the bug when the app crashed. So here, let's run the app again, because I want to show you the logs here. And now the app crashed. So let's search for the error. So here it says verbose. Let's go and click on error. And here we can actually find the error. But if I click on, take a look at this link here, it says calculator.java 11. If I click on this link here, it's going to show you that this line, set content view r.layout.activity underline calculator, is the cause of the error. But that's not, yes, it's true, but that's not really true, because we changed the theme of the app, right? We said that we don't have to worry about the lower versions of Android operating system, but here it says process. So above this link here, it says java.line.runtime exception. So let me show you that here. It says Java, that illegal state exception. You need to use a theme.appCompat theme, right? Take a look at this one, appCompat theme, or a descendant with this activity. The problem is this activity, this calculator.java file. Let me just close this actually log part here. And here, this class calculator extends appCompat activity. So it's not good for this specific application because we changed the theme to material.theme. So here, I am going to just delete this value and I'm going to say activity, not appCompat activity, but the activity itself. Now we can run the app. Let me show you the emulator. And now our application is not going to crash, right? So here we can see this status bar at the top that contains some general informations about the app. For example, the notifications, this clock, the battery, LTE, internet, or the SD card, some general informations about the whole device or the notifications or the app, right? And we have this one, this toolbar that contains the label of the application, my calculator, here. So let me show you the web browser. It says you can customize the look of the material theme according to your brand identity with the color palette you control. You can tint the action bar and the status bar. This means that we can change the color of the status bar and the action bar here. The system widgets have a new design and touch feedback animations. You can customize the color palette, the touch feedback animations, and the activity transition for your app. So it says you can customize the color palette. The color palette uses RGB colors. So I just opened another tab for you and searched for the RGB colors. We can click on this link here, RGB color codes chart, and here we can find some RGB colors. So for example, we can find this one, this color, and if I click on it here, so let's go down here, we can actually see some other colors here. For example, this crimson color, here it is the RGB color, right? I just need to copy this value, and as you can see, this one is the hex code and this one is the RGB color. So it doesn't really matter, you can actually choose this one. But if you want to use this hex code, you need to put the hashtag before that. So let me copy this value and let's go to our Android Studio. And let's go inside this colors.xml file. So we have this color primary, right? Let's delete this value and instead put our value here, hashtag DC143C. Now we can see at the left sidebar, the color, this crimson color, as the color primary. Let's go to web browser and let's choose another color for this one, color primary dark. So let's say that we have this dark red. Let's copy this value. Let's go to Android Studio and let's paste this value here. And at the left sidebar, you can see this color is changed. And here we have this color accent. So let's open our web browser. Let's choose another color. Let's choose this yellow as the color accent and let's paste this value here. Now let's go inside this activity underline calculator.xml file. As you can see, the changes are not reflected here. So let's run the app. Let me show you the emulator. So again, the changes are not reflected here also. So here there is a bug. This means that here inside this styles.xml file, let's click on it. Here, as you can see, we are actually using these colors. For example, the color primary dark, and the color accent inside this style tag, right? The name is app theme. And we chose theme.material, but these colors are not actually used inside our layout. For example, for the status bar or the toolbar, the color primary dark is used for the status bar and the color primary is used for the toolbar. So how we can actually solve this problem? Here we have these items, right? The name is color primary. So here, we want to actually use the color primary of our app that we specified inside the colors.xml file, the Android system. We want to use the Android color primary, right? This one, this is very important. Or here, this one, color primary dark. Again, we need to put Android color primary dark. We want to use this color of the Android system. And again, for the color accent, we need to put Android color accent. Now, if I go into this activity underline main.xml, you can see these changes are now affected here. The status bar, and we have this one, this toolbar. So let me show you the web browser. And here it says that the material theme is defined as Android style/theme.material, the dark version. So we used the dark version, right? We have also some other versions. We have theme.material.light, the light version. Let me show you this version too. Let's go into this stylist.xml file. And here it says theme.material.light. Let's go into this activity underline calculator.xml file. Here you can see this is the light version. Let me show you the web browser. And we have this one, theme.material.light.dark action bar. So let's also see this style. What is that? Material.light.dark action bar. So here we can say .dark action bar. So let me show you the activity underline calculator.xml file. So here, because we already changed the color of this toolbar, you can see that it is not affected here, this style. So let's go back to the stylist.xml file and let's choose the light, the theme.material.light. I like this style for my app. You can change it if you want, but let me show you the web browser. So here, make sure to actually read this documentation here in order to learn more about material design in Android. So let me go back to Android Studio, and we have this color primary dark, and the color accent. Make sure to put Android here before these names. Otherwise, these changes are not going to be affected on our application. So that's it. That's enough for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we are going to design our app. We are going to add the widgets to the layout. So thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next tutorial.